I'm sure you're all aware of the phenomenon called electricity. You may not know its origin, how it's made, exactly how it does what it does, but you certainly know what it can do. And ever since Alessandro Volta invented the first sort of regular, predictable source of electricity, he called it the voltaic pile. We now just call it a battery. So Alessandro Volta invented this thing in the year 1799. Ever since that moment, scientists and engineers have been finding, tons and tons of uses for this wonderful thing called electricity. But chemists have also found an amazing use for electricity. It turns out that most elements don't like to be alone. They are in a reacted combined state with other elements. A great example is sodium metal. Sodium metal is very reactive, and so all of the sodium on Earth has already reacted and combined with other elements like chlorine to form sodium chloride, for example. So it's unlikely, I would say impossible, that anybody would find pure sodium metal on planet Earth. It's in a combined state. Now, there are a few elements that can be found in their pure state, like gold and silver, but most metals do not like to be in a pure, isolated state. And so when chemists wanted to break apart compounds to see what are the fundamental building blocks of the universe, they needed a special tool. It takes a lot of energy to break apart these compounds. Sir Humphrey Davy found this tool thanks to Alessandro Volta. The tool, the source of energy that can be used to break apart elements, is electricity. In fact, it was Humphrey Davy who ran electricity through sodium carbonate and discovered sodium for the first time. He was able to break apart sodium and carbonate and see this interesting new metal that he called sodium. So you can bet after the year 1799, when scientists realized the literal power of electricity, there was a mad rush to employ this new tool to see what could be learned in the field of chemistry. And in fact, a whole new field of chemistry, sort of subdomain of chemistry, was born, and that's what we call electrochemistry. And so this is what scientists were doing in the first decade of the 19th century, from like 1800 to 1810, 1815. They were just running through electricity through anything they could get their hands on. So let us join this wonderful tradition in chemistry of running electricity through things. The thing we will try is water. So we're going to run electricity through just regular old water, and we'll see what happens. Now, you probably know that water is not a pure element, but let's go ahead and prove it. Let's see if we can break apart water into its constituent elements. This is the challenge.